Welcome to Nale Virus, everybody. Today we are ranking the major sporting events, as you can see in front of you if you're on YouTube, or if you're not, you can't see that, but whatever. What we're doing is we're ranking in a tier list the major sporting events. We've got FIFA World Cup, we got the Olympics. Already forgot what that was called. Got the Tour de France, got the Masters, got the Super Bowl, Wimbledon Championships, Kentucky Derby, NBA Championships, World Series, that's Major League Baseball for everybody who doesn't know, March Madness, Champions League, College Football Playoff, Daytona 500, that's car racing, Indy 500, also car racing, Stanley Cup, which is hockey, the Open, which is also golf, doesn't say that, Ryder Cup, which is also golf, and College World Series, which is baseball.
Beautiful.
So
I'm so ready for this.
All that stuff.
We have the tiers S, A, B, C, D. We're going to rank them. Hopefully this doesn't go for 2 hours like the last one.
It won't. We had every quarterback in the NFL. That was a little much.
Oh, and was it the logos?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We had the logos. That's right. The last one was the logos. Yeah, actually, the NFL quarterbacks one was only 40 minutes. Because we actually had to re-record that with one person. With two people, it was an hour and 40 minutes.
Hey, real quick, guys. If you're on Spotify, go over to YouTube, subscribe, watch us do this, and then comment below your favorite major sporting event, and then like the video.
Yeah.
If you're into social media, I don't know if it's a popular thing, if social media is very popular, go on Instagram and on TikTok, Nale Virus. Follow us. We got some things coming.
Do it.
We have a good time on there.
Yes.
All right. Let's
do
it.
Right into it. Okay.
Let's alternate, Josiah. You start, and then I'll do the next one.
Okay. All right. Do you want to start from the front? Because I feel like we're gonna get like.
Yes. I like what I know what you're thinking, and yes.
Start from the end.
Yes.
All right. That's what we're doing. All right, first one, College World Series, everybody. College World Series. Okay, so
that is college baseball.
That's college baseball. Okay, so baseball, obviously America's game. College sports, very prevalent in America. But I don't know. I feel like I'll give this one a solid B.
But I don't know. Solid B?
I'll give it a B. It's like, it's not uninteresting, but it's not the most interesting out there.
All right. So my opinion on the College World Series is, okay, we got baseball. I'm a big baseball fan. I like baseball.
Right.
The format for the College Baseball World Series, I don't know if you know this, Josiah, is double elimination.
Oh, that's good.
And
need that in baseball, really.
Yes, I really like how it's set up. So you're guaranteed two games. I
like that.
At double elimination. If you don't know what that means that if you lose once, you're still in. If you lose a second time, you're done. Double elimination.
Right.
So you could lose once and still end up winning the World Series.
Still win the whole World Series. But if you make it to the championship and you're playing against someone who hasn't lost, probably will have to play them twice.
If you want to win, you have to beat them twice.
Yeah.
In 2008, the College Baseball World Series was the best. It would be S tier because Fresno State won it.
Right. I think you're going to say an A.
I actually am going to agree with you and go B.
Go B? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we'll stick it in B. That's good with me. Happy with that. It's a good thing, and we're gonna be watching it more, especially since we've started the show. We do love sports, but sometimes we just don't watch as much of it as you'd think we would.
I think the lack of general excitement for it brings it down to a B.
It's fair.
Yeah. I think if a lot of people around me were into the College Baseball World Series and I could watch it with more people, I probably would be an A because there's no culture, I guess you could say, connected to it.
Yeah, college baseball, I do have to say, it doesn't seem like there's as much of an audience for.
Right.
But something else there isn't much of an audience for, the Ryder Cup.
All right, so I'll start with this one, Josiah. Ryder
Yeah.
Cup is a golf tournament. It's the United States versus Europe, and they're teams.
Right, okay.
I don't watch this.
I can't say that I have ever witnessed it. I
If
had to
this
ask
was-
Caleb 2 times what the Ryder Cup was.
If I was playing golf, like if we were doing this based on sports and where we'd put the sport, golf would be almost S tier. Golf is so fun. The Ryder Cup, however, is D for me, the lowest.
I would agree. Just
Okay.
stick it in. Slap it in D. Because next up, we've got the Open, which is also a golf championship, and it's better.
Yes, it is considered the oldest golf tournament in the world.
Yes.
It is also known as the British Open.
British Open. It's a biggin.
And the Americans, we own it right now. The previous winner was Colin Morikawa. He's a United States guy. And he was just in the Olympics. He finished in 4th. Just missed out on a medal.
Yep.
But he was the previous winner.
That's good. Glad
And
we have a winner.
And we looked it up. And they sell alcohol there compared to the US Open where they don't sell alcohol. What is up with this?
Yeah, don't go to the US Open.
The United States.
Apparently they have very well-priced food. That's what I heard.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true.
The US Open?
Yes, the US Open. So that's a positive for them. But
Oh, Josiah, get us started on the Stanley Cup.
Whiskey. Well, we need to put, where are we sticking the Open? Where are we sticking the Open?
Oh, I put it in C.
And in C, that's what I was thinking too. It's golf. It's not the most high-octane sport out there. We'll see. NHL Stanley Cup. Now this is a sport. This
Thank
is
you.
like,
I didn't know.
This is like ice skating. It's like figure skating mixed with wrestling mixed with MMA.
I gotta say, hockey's got to be the hardest sport. One of the hardest sports to play.
It's a hard one. I played it.
You have to be a straight up man to play hockey.
I'm probably too diminutive to get out on the hockey field. I don't know what they call it. The ice rink, the hockey rink. Yeah. Anyways.
What do you think about the Stanley Cup playoffs and the Stanley Cup finals?
Well, I've got to say, I have never really watched it all the way through. So I can't say that I really understand the way, all the hockey rules work, and I can't really say that I understand how even the Stanley Cup is set up. But hockey in and of itself is a pretty interesting sport, and it's very fast-paced.
I believe the Stanley Cup is single eliminate. It's single elimination, but it's kind of set up like the NBA. It's best of 7.
Okay.
I love the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's not on all the time.
Right.
Because I don't pay for cable, so I have local stations.
Right.
So it's really hard for me to get sports.
So, well, here's I'm gonna say we should put it in A.
I'm with you. A is I love when the Stanley Cup playoffs come around. I only get to watch the Stanley Cup playoffs when it comes to hockey because every once in a while the games are aired on national television on the local stations, and I absolutely love it. It's so fun. Hockey's so fast paced, and it's fun to watch something that and learn something along the way. It's great. I love it.
So these next two, why don't you tell us about what you think about these?
All right, so we have the Indy 500 and the Daytona 500. The Indy 500, that is the one I believe where they kiss the bricks. I think it's the lower cars. Is that correct? Almost like it's not a drag race.
I think they're the same thing. I think the Indy 500 and the Daytona 500 are pretty much the same thing. I think they have the same
I would bet I'd put my money on that they're not. Okay. The Indy 500 are these cars right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the lower cars.
Yeah,
And the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Daytona 500
Are
is
the other
is
one?
NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCAR. All right. So what do you like better?
I do not enjoy car racing like this.
Or do
I would
I?
rather watch drag racing where it's just two cars and go.
I
If I had
wouldn't
to
want to
put
watch either of them.
if I had to put one above the other, I would put the Indy 500 because it looks cooler. There's probably bigger names in the Daytona 500, but I'm putting both of them in D.
That's what I was thinking. All right, everybody. I'm sorry, car racing fans, but this is not college football playoff.
It's our ranking. It's our ranking.
Yes. College
Okay,
football playoff.
go ahead. You start with that one.
This is a controversial one, actually.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the college football playoff is so fun to watch, but they only have 4 people in it.
4 teams.
4 people. That little known fact. There are only 4 people in the college football playoff. You get one guy from
in the
each
Matrix.
team, and they 4 teams are in the college football playoff. Now they're talking about expanding that, and I think that would make it a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put the college football playoff in S, just because I love watching college football so much. But I feel like because of how few people get to watch the college football playoff.
Teams. Oh, people. Okay.
Well, yeah, no, actual people this time, not teams. Supporters of teams. But there's only 4 teams in it, so there's only 4 fan bases that really get to watch it, and every year one of them is Alabama, and every year one of them is Clemson or whatever, it's like
yep. Alabama, Clemson are in.
Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Georgia are pretty much
and
just
Notre Dame.
And Notre Dame are pretty much playing time about right now with the college football playoff. And if you're not one of those fan bases, you don't get to watch the college football playoff. So I would have to say I have to bump it down to A for that.
Okay.
For me, it's an A.
For me, it's an A, dog. Yeah, the college football playoff. Oh man. I'm in the same boat as you. I love college football.
Right.
But I don't care about they have made the playoff to where I don't care. And I know lots of other college football fans will watch college football up until the playoff. They don't even watch it.
A lot of people don't, because that's what I'm saying. There's only 4 teams. If there were more teams in it, you get more fan bases. It'd be more interesting. You maybe have some weird upsets. That'd be cool. But
I mean, we could have an entire podcast, separate podcast, just on college football and how to fix it.
We do it. Well, we might.
Who knows? Share. Hey, tell your friends about this podcast. Word of mouth is the best.
Yes.
I'm gonna stick with you on this one and go A.
All right.
Just because there's 4 teams. If they changed it, if they added more, if they changed up how you get into the college football playoff, I think it would. I know you and I agree on this. If they took away the college football playoff and went back to just bowl games, to where just winning your conference was the biggest thing.
Well, I actually like the college football playoff. I do actually like the college football playoff.
Right.
But
I know that's why I brought it up.
Yeah. But anyways,
it can be better. It's not perfect. So
we're sticking it in A. Champions League.
All right. Champions League, the UEFA Champions League. So this is all the European soccer club, best of the best club teams get together and go into what is called UEFA Champions League. And Europe has the best talent in those soccer leagues. The best talent is in Europe.
Right. Oh yeah.
So you have the English Premier League, you have the Spanish League, which I believe is called League One, or no,
La Liga.
La Liga. That's it. France is called League One, League Un or something like that. And then you have Germany, Belgium. You have
Italy.
Spain, Italy. All these countries have very competitive and talented soccer leagues.
Yeah.
We have this in what we call CONCACAF, North America, but it's so North American Champions League. It's not
Not as
as hyped
interesting.
as this Champions League. I really like it, but I don't know if it's almost the same level as the College World Series for me. And I love soccer. I love baseball. It has its crowd and I love it, but it's not as hyped over here as it is in Europe. And
I
for that
agree.
reason, I put it B.
I agree. No, I 100% agree. I would love to put it, as high as it can go, but it's, I mean, unless I want to pick a British team to cheer for every year in the Champions League or a Italian team, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as hyped up over here. There's no Americans in it. Really, no, even American players specifically in it. So,
We did have the past Champions League winner was Chelsea.
Yes, and I do
if you
believe we
know.
had an American.
Yeah, Christian Pulisic is on there, but there's a handful of teams that are going to win the Champions League every year, and we could probably name who's going to win Champions League right now, and they're just doing qualifying stuff.
Right.
So, I mean, they've already qualified because you have to win your nation league to get in or finish like top 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, and then the lower teams play each other to kind of qualify. The winners are automatically in. It's kind of fun to see how that works, but the best teams are going to be there. I'm with you.
All right. March Madness.
Oh, baby.
Now, okay, here's the weird thing for me about March Madness.
Okay.
Every year, okay, I always feel like March Madness is basically the NBA's version of the NFL Combine. That's what it feels like to me. Because, like, all these, guys, like, you can just play a year in college and then go to the NBA.
Uh-huh.
Like, so it feels like every year it's like, okay, this playoff is my chance to show out and, like, get drafted high. It's like, that's what it feels like to me.
What's the problem with that?
I'm not saying it's necessarily a problem. I'm just saying that
that's what it feels like.
That's what it feels like to me. It's a weird place. It doesn't really feel like a championship like every year you're cheering for it because like you just have the same guys like for 1 year. Like you only have the guys for like a year. It's like the teams that win it.
Uh-huh.
All their guys are leaving and they're getting a whole new starting 5 next year. And then they're all leaving. And then they're getting a new starting 5. It just feels weird to me. I don't know. College basketball is weird for me. I don't really like college basketball. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I am the complete opposite. March Madness is S tier, and it's not even close. I feel the complete opposite way. It is all about school and not even close to being about individual and players. Yes, you're going to have players that I think the great thing about March Madness is that you have players that stand out.
Right.
And like your Steph Currys from Davidson have their big run. And then what I think is, you have your wonderful Cinderella stories, the big upsets. And those Cinderella teams are mainly older guys, experienced guys that have been around. And, these small school teams that have at least 3 seniors that are leading this team along. And I don't think we can go look at the rosters, but I don't think there's been a championship team that has a bunch of freshmen on it since Kentucky way back in the,
I believe that
years ago.
I believe that. I mean, that was kind of exaggeration what I was saying.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I think what you're talking about is more NCAA's rule for college basketball and the 1-year rule. I think it's terrible. I don't think they shouldn't have to wait at all. They should just go if they want to make money. They should just go.
If they just want to play in the NBA and they're good enough, I don't understand why they can't.
Right. Yeah. I feel the same way. I know some people don't like that.
There's no other career where we say, okay, you're good enough to do this, but you still have to go to college. Like,
right.
I mean, other than like doctors and stuff, but that's completely different. Like, that's a different thing.
They're cutting me open.
Right.
Yeah. The March Madness, with the bracket, filling out a bracket, the camaraderie you have with your bros and your family when filling out and the competitiveness in that when it comes to filling out a bracket leading up to March Madness, the conference tournaments is crazy because you can have the best team, you can have the best regular season. Then it comes conference tournament time, you lose your first game, and some team that finished middle of the pack in your conference wins it. They get an automatic bid into the tournament. I love how it's set up. I think college football should do that, but you can't play, 50 football games. And then you get in, you could still qualify, right? A bubble team as a bubble team, even if you don't win your conference. So you may go undefeated and then lose in conference tournament and you can still get in. The one thing I don't like though is this 4 in, 4 out, and there's like 4 play-in games, right? So there's 8. I had to count. There's 8 teams that get play-in games. And a lot of the time it's these smaller schools that win their conference. Those schools should automatically go in to the tournament and they don't have to be in this play-in game. Now, technically it's considered the tournament. I know that's the argument, but I don't like that. They shouldn't have those play-in games. Or if they do have those play-in games, it should be bubble teams, right? You shouldn't have to win your conference and then go into a play-in game. And then, then I have to go play the number 1 seed. Maybe just give them the 16 seed.
Well, I
mean, it is S tier for me. March Madness is S.
For me, it's B.
All right, throw it in A.
Now listen. I wish, okay, I do get what you're saying with like the camaraderie of making the bracket and all that stuff. I don't think I've ever made a March Madness bracket and watched like my bracket the whole. Because I've never done it with my family and friends because my dad has never been into basketball really, and so me and Daniel, my brother, never really did it. And
all right, I'm gonna change that. My family does it, and the winner gets their car fully detailed and washed by the family. The rest of the family. It's fun.
Pretty cool. All right, well, I'll join that. But until then,
it's an A.
It's an A. All right. Major League Baseball World
All right.
Series.
The World Series is so American.
It is.
The problem with the MLB is that the season is way too long. I loved the COVID season. Every game meant something. That's why people love the NFL. The NBA,
it's true. That's what makes every game worth watching.
Right. The NBA, the MLB, the NHL, and those 3 leagues, that's what their problem is. That's what they struggle with, is finding games on a weekly basis that mean something.
They typically play 162 games.
Yeah. It's insane. And COVID season, they played 60, I believe.
Yeah, they shortened it to 60. And that's the thing is, I feel like not the World Series. I feel like Major League Baseball has just become like a league for old people, where it's just like it's always on. Like you just turn on your TV and you just turn on whatever and you go to sleep. Like
that's why I love baseball.
That's what I feel like Major League Baseball is. It's just always on.
All right, well, we're not talking regular season, so we now remove the 162 games.
Oh yeah,
take
that out. The Major League Baseball World Series.
This is the World Series.
I actually really like the World Series.
I love it.
It's a lot of fun.
I would. Oh gosh, where would I put it though?
Never been a baseball guy, really, but I do like the World Series. Like I loved watching the Cubs. I was just cheering for them to break their streak.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it was, curse or whatever.
Yeah. I'm putting it in A.
I think I agree. Put it in A.
It's close to an S for me, but
I
not
would put
quite.
it in an S if I watched it a little bit more. So we'll see next year. Next year we'll do this again, and then after a
Yeah.
year of doing the podcast, we'll do this one again.
Once we watched a lot more sports.
Yes. All right.
I gotta start paying for cable then. Crap.
Oh gosh. We'll share.
Josiah, we need to start making some money here.
NBA championships.
All right, the
Is there a
NBA
name
Finals.
for NBA Finals. That's what it's called.
NBA Finals suck. It's a C for me. I cannot stand the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I've ever watched really and was interested in it in the NBA was that. I'd be good with putting it in a B. But C also kind of makes sense because here's what I'll say. I'd rather watch that than the Open.
Okay.
But
it's still a C for me. I actually like watching golf, but the NBA Finals, other than this year, I would have put it as a B because there's Giannis and the Suns, the Bucks and the Suns. I thought that was fun, and then the year with the Warriors when it was Steph, Clay, and Draymond, and that was it.
Yeah,
and I don't know who they played.
When the Warriors played the Cavs,
yeah,
over and over again. I know a lot of people are getting bored of the Warriors versus the Cavs over and over again, but I was actually kind of finding it interesting.
Well, and even before that, it was just LeBron James.
Right.
And
it was. Which, gosh, he's freaking in every freaking year.
Yeah. The NBA Finals is just so boring. It reminds me of Champions League. I could tell you on one hand, the teams that are probably going to be in the finals.
Well, you know what? I would definitely rather watch Champions League than NBA Finals. But I'm good with sticking it in C or B for me.
C. If you're good with C, we're putting it in C.
Okay.
Hey, you brought my March Madness down to an S. To an A.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, the Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby.
What do you think about this, Josiah? This is horse racing for those that do not know.
Yeah, this is horse racing. It's cool in a way. Now, some of those horses aren't treated very well, actually. And they also drug a lot of their horses. Actually,
oh, come on. That last one that got kicked out was nothing.
Well, they vacated the championship of the Triple Crown winner. Can't remember his name because he was pumped, he's juiced up. Of course, it's not the horse's fault, but also the horse doesn't know that he won, nor does he care. So,
I don't know. I think the horse people would argue that, but I agree with you
that the horse knows.
Yeah.
For me, E or a C, I guess. I don't. Whatever.
The Kentucky. Okay, I watch the Kentucky Derby every year. It only is what's that?
You a better?
I have no idea what you just said.
Are you a better? Do you bet on?
Oh.
That's like the thing like horse racing is like famous for.
Yes. I believe the Kentucky Derby is the first horse race of the Triple Crown, or is it the last race of the Triple Crown? Okay. Well, I would put it in C. The Kentucky Derby by itself is not fantastic, but if there is, if the Triple Crown races together, if it was the Preakness belt, I think it's Preakness, Belmont Stakes, and Kentucky Derby, the three of those were together, I'd put it A or S. They're so fun to watch all three of them and keep track of the horses and things like that. Yeah. But just the Kentucky Derby in itself, and I think the big hat thing is so weird. Please, do we have to wear big hats? Well, it used to not be weird. Okay, I take it back. It used to not be weird, but now big hats are so common. I see the females walking around with big hats, at wineries, and it's all the time now.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if it was like, have you ever seen the, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. It's like going to the Ascot It's like you get all dressed up and you get like in like nice clothes. Like I feel like that could be an interesting thing, you know. Like that was how people.
Mm-hmm.
But wear a big hat.
I'll put it in C with you.
Yeah, I'm good with C. All right, Wimbledon Championships.
The Wimbledon is pretty fun. I like watching the Wimbledon. It's tennis for those that are ignorant and don't watch the tennis.
Maybe not versed in tennis feet. Yes.
That's I'm just calling everybody out that doesn't watch tennis. You have to wear all white. That is required. And I love the Wimbledon. I think it's a lot of fun to watch.
I like watching tennis.
No.
No, I like playing tennis.
No, I don't like watching I don't like watching tennis either unless it's the Wimbledon.
Okay. Well, see, I've now this is interesting. I've never actually watched the Wimbledon.
You've only watched other tennis events.
Yes, which, you know, obviously we're just the best at being a sports show. But yeah, no, I've never watched the Wimbledon.
Okay, so then I don't.
You know what?
I don't
you have free reign of this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you can rate it. Then I'm gonna rate it B.
B. All right. Happy with that. All right, the Super Bowl. Kind of the big American.
Yeah,
thing.
Because it's so big, I think it has to go S.
I agree, but recently it's been going downhill. Like their last one was the least viewed one.
Oh, I don't. The game itself is. I wish that they would focus more on the game itself. The Super Bowl has been ruined by commercials, by the halftime show.
See, the thing is, even the commercials would even bring in people who didn't even watch football, and commercials get more and more wacky every year, and yet people are watching less and less.
Yeah.
So, like, that's got to tell you something here. Like, sure, okay, so you've still got the people who don't even watch football coming to watch the Super Bowl for a Super Bowl party or for, you know, the commercials, and yet you're losing viewerships. That's got to tell you the people that are stopping watching are the football fans.
Yeah.
The football fans are watching the Super Bowl less and less.
Yeah. No, I think it's very important that they start focusing on the football game and nothing else. I hate the halftime show. I've never in my life have I watched the halftime show.
I've seen like bits of the halftime show. Like it'll come on and then I'll go get food is what'll happen. Like it'll come on. I'll watch about 30 and a half seconds and then I'll leave.
Yeah. My wife, my mom, my sister, and all the females, they watch the halftime show and the commercials. They don't care about the football game.
My fiance won't even watch the halftime show. So, she's not a football fan, but she won't watch the halftime show either. So,
yeah, no, they need to. And fantasy football, I think, has ruined the NFL playoffs and the Super Bowl because if you're into, a lot of people that are not into football play fantasy football,
right?
And then once fantasy ends, they just don't watch it anymore.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather have fantasy football than the Super Bowl in my life.
I'm with you. Yeah.
but yeah, no, I think we got to stick it at S just because of how big it is in our.
And country. I watch it. We watch it every year.
We watch it every year.
And it's one game.
Yeah. It's very. I
have March Madness above the Super Bowl. But the thing about the Super Bowl that's so great is that there's a party every year. That's.
You know it's coming up. There's a Super Bowl party coming up. Everyone's having a Super Bowl party. It's like, oh, hey, should I go to Jim's Super Bowl party or Bob's Super Bowl party?
Right.
Well, combine them. Well, Jim and Bob don't know each other.
Yeah, it's great. You get to talk to all your friends, family.
It's a lot of fun.
It's an excuse to get together.
It is. It's fun.
All right, next we have the Masters.
The Masters. I like the green jackets.
That's a great tradition. I love that tradition. I absolutely love the Masters. I watch the Masters every year.
I say it's slap
so
it in
fun.
B.
Oh no, it's definitely A.
Okay, we'll slap it in A. Fine.
Woo!
I haven't watched it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the Masters is so fun to watch.
Okay.
And it's a bucket list golf course for every golf fan. Every
Okay,
golf
to
fan.
like go there and watch it. Isn't it
That
like?
or play it.
Well, yeah, I bet, but that's freaking.
Play just on the course.
Isn't the
And it's
Masters like to go watch it? You have to like sign up like years in advance or something like that.
oh yes.
It's
It's
like
huge.
it's like for the next like 20 years, it's already reserved or something like that.
Honestly, it might be
I heard there was something that I heard. I thought it was the Masters. You have to reserve like. That could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
yeah, I think you have to get on a list.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you have to get on a list, and there's like thousands of people.
Yeah, you have to get on a wait list. Yeah. But it's awesome. We may be completely wrong on how to get in. It may be you draw a name out of a hat and see if hopefully it's yours.
And
What
maybe
are they,
nobody
lottery?
watches. Maybe nobody goes, and it's super easy to get there. For all I know, I really,
Well,
I
you
don't
should.
know,
You're the one
but-
that should know. It's in your backyard.
Where is it?
I believe it's in Georgia. I
Hey
believe
guys,
it's-
you're gonna watch me Google some things. Got a Team
Uh,
Liquid pop socket.
Is it in
Masters-
Augusta?
Masters- That does sound
Mm-hmm.
Augusta. Yep. Frick, man, I've been to Augusta a million times. Well,
Yeah,
not a
dude,
million,
you got.
but I've been doing. All right, well, I live in Georgia. Didn't know where the Masters was.
So it's A.
We'll stick it in A.
You were gonna say
Uh,
B, but now because it's in your backyard, it just got bumped up to A for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Georgia, gotta love it. Tour de France. Not in Georgia. In France.
Thank you for that.
If anyone didn't know, not in Spain.
And what sport is it?
It is cycling. Like bicycling. Like
Yep.
get on a bike with the two wheels. No training wheels.
No.
So those of you who are still on training wheels, I'm sorry. Can't answer. But keep working. You'll get there. Tour de France, though, for me, I don't really care about the Tour de France, to be honest with you, and it's just kind of boring. You just watch people cycle for like hours, and then somebody wins, and who cares? And then half the time it gets taken away because of
Yeah, it's a D for me, dog. It's the same as the Indy 500 and Daytona 500. It just I can't do the long races. I can't do that. I can't sit down and watch it.
No. Okay, now I'd like to say for the next two, I we'll talk about them both separately,
Uh-huh.
but just straight up, S tier, S tier. For me, the last two,
Yes.
absolutely. We're
Okay.
just gonna pop them in there, and then we'll go our reasoning.
All right. So the Olympics is an S tier. We just finished the Summer Olympics.
Did summer and winter? You know, I've actually been liking the Winter Olympics more and more every time.
Yeah. Yes. I was just gonna say that after this Tokyo Summer Olympics, I think I'm a big fan of the Winter Olympics more.
I know, I almost am. I'm excited for next year's Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm excited that we don't have to wait 2 years. It's
yeah, that too.
next year.
Yeah, it's just next year.
I do like certain aspects of the Summer Olympics. I like basketball. I like water polo, and watching volleyball and things like that. But I feel like there's more excitement when it comes to winter. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I don't either. I think it's just something about kind of the freshness of it. Like you don't really watch
That's true.
snowboarding, ski
Yeah.
slalom, and
Right.
I don't even know what all
Slalom.
events there what all events there are in that. But like, yeah, you don't really get to watch those things. So that's kind of fun.
The
But I do
one
like the
thing
Summer
I
Olympics.
can't stand that would drop the Winter Olympics for me is figure skating. I can't stand that.
Okay.
It's so
mean,
boring.
I don't really enjoy it, but I can understand why people would enjoy
Yes.
it. So, but
I
yeah,
can't
no.
talk crap because it's so hard. I could barely
Right,
stand
it is
up on
definitely-
ice.
It's definitely something that comes from years of training.
Yeah.
Um,
I can't get into it. I don't know.
yeah, no,
But yeah,
I understand
Olympics
that.
is it literally has almost every sport in it. So
And it's all
gotta
the
be-
countries competing for each other. You get to cheer for your country. National pride is an all-time high with the Olympics. Like, who doesn't want to
Hopefully.
watch their country win?
Right. If you don't, you need to move countries.
Yeah, go.
Leave the
If
country.
you're cheering for Djibouti, then go move to Djibouti. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know why I used good
it's a
name.
great name.
Um,
You know what their number one export is, right?
but it's not what I'm thinking.
Natural gas.
Natural gas, really. That is pretty special. Okay. Uh, anyways, Djibouti
FIFA
and natural
World Cup.
gas. FIFA World Cup. Also something Djibouti. Amazing. Just amazing. Another like you can cheer for your country, and I mean, it's soccer, which
It's
is like
the number one sport in the world.
number one sport in the world, and it's the whole world competing. Like, who doesn't want to watch? It's awesome, and different fans of different clubs and stuff. Now you're all united. Like, you could have
Yeah.
a massive watch party for every U.S. game with every friend you have who cheers for whatever. And obviously, we don't even into the World Cup, but like, say if you live in Croatia, and one of you cheers for, PSG because there's a Croatian player on it, but that you like, but another one of you cheers for, the top Croatian team. Now you don't have to argue. Now you can both
Croatia.
sit down and cheer for Croatia.
It's all USA, baby.
It's all
We're
USA,
qualifying,
baby.
by the way, for this
We're
next one.
qualifying.
Oh, no, it's not even. We're gonna blow everyone out. We won't lose. We're not gonna lose
In the
qualifying.
World Cup, you're saying? Like,
No. In qualifying for the
oh,
World
in
Cup.
qualifying. Okay, I thought you were trying to predict a U.S. sweep of the World Cup, and I was like, all right, well, let's temper our expectations a little bit.
No, in qualifying.
That's okay. That's fair. I think we can easily qualify this time.
Oh yeah, we'll add that to the predictions list.
If we don't, I'll be angry. Not even just disappointed. I'll be disappointed, but I'll also be angry.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, World Cup. Honestly, World Cup might be the thing I look forward to the most.
Oh, it's the number one sporting event in all sporting events.
And I believe in not too long from now, it's going to be in America.
Yes, 2026, I believe. So 2022, it's in Qatar, and that's why we mentioned that, and that's why we played them in the Gold Cup, because they're trying to get all the competition, a bunch of competition, and then after that, it's in the United States and Mexico.
2018 and 2022. The 2022 bids: Australia, Japan, South Korea, Qatar, and the United States.
No. Just like Qatar got it.
Qatar got it. And 2026, it's
the United
Canada,
States and
Mexico,
Mexico.
the United States.
Yeah,
Canada, Mexico, and the United States.
North America. Yeah.
All. We might get to go watch some World Cup games. That would be really fun.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Oh my
Totally down.
gosh, I'm so excited.
Well, World Cup is the best event on this list.
Absolutely.
After that, it's the Olympics and then March Madness. But because Josiah and his lack of knowledge when it comes to basketball and college basketball, it's an A.
I'm sorry. I'm 5'6", okay? Basketball was never my sport. I played post, and that quickly went away.
Wait, what?
Seriously, I played post. I had great low post moves until I was in high school, and then everyone passed me up by like 3 feet, and I didn't even have a chance. I played low post. I was the best low post player on like the rec teams. Like, I was great at low post.
Okay, so because
on
of your height,
offense,
you
and
have put
I
March
just-
Madness down.
Yes,
believe you.
pretty much.
You
because-
selfish.
Because
so
I didn't
selfish.
because you guys took all the height from me.
The family.
From the family.
All right, so let's recap. In S tier, we have the Super Bowl, the Olympics, and the World Cup. In the A tier, we have the Stanley Cup, college football playoffs, March Madness, World Series, and the Masters. Wow, that A tier is awesome. B tier, college baseball World Series, Champions League, and Wimbledon. C tier, the Open, which is golf, NBA Finals, and Kentucky Derby. D tier, which is the bottom, Ryder Cup, Indy 500, Daytona 500, and Tour de France.
Tour de France.
I like that. I would move up March Madness to S, and the World Series and the college football playoff is right on the verge of S. Masters and Stanley Cup, I believe, are in the right spot.
Yeah, I would be willing with a little bit more watching of it and understanding of it, hype in my mind around it, to move March Madness and the World Series up to S. And the Stanley Cup, actually, if I watched it. I don't know. I enjoyed it enough. And if the college football playoff would change some things about itself, straight into it.
Yeah. And I actually am really close to moving the Super Bowl down to A.
Yeah, it is definitely, the Super Bowl is the brink.
Yeah.
It's like teetering.
It's on its last leg. This next year is going to determine if
for sure.
I'm a Super Bowl fan. And also, if the Olympics gets too political, like it was a little bit too political this year, and it's not, that could be bumped down to A as well.
Yeah. I would hate
the great
to see
thing
the
about
Olympics move down. Ooh.
Yeah. The great thing about the World Cup is that politics can't touch it. Just play. The best will play. And the fans do not care about anything else.
Yeah. And the NBA Finals, I would like to move it up to B.
Oh, really?
If LeBron retires.
I was going to say, I might move the NBA Finals down next year. The only reason it's not in D is because Giannis saved it. This past year saved it. So
I definitely, if there was more competition.
Yeah.
NBA. And if the NBA was more. They need to quit making these dumb rules that just turn it into all offense. Let us watch basketball. It's not basketball. They can't even play zone defense.
Well, we're going to get into basketball more. I think this
are.
is a great list, Josiah. I think we did a good job.
Yes.
But
absolutely.
We're going to get into basketball more tomorrow, where it's a get to know.
Get to know with Caleb and with Nale.
Right.
Sorry, I should say. And yeah, I'm going to be asking him about basketball and.
Beautiful.
Join us tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, TikTok, Instagram. We got all of them. So, yeah, come on.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.